Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Shenanigan, and today's video has actually been moved up a few days because of the new update that came out of Marvel. So I was making this, whole series where I would talk about all these champs which are underwhelming, and usually they're actually good, but uh, but they're like the underdogs. And one of those champs I wanted to talk about was Massacre. Um, and today we actually did find that there's going to be a buff to this champ as well. So this is going to be, a discussion of his current abilities and some gameplay together with the discussion of his new abilities. So I actually don't, write down anything before making these videos because I want them to be organic, not prepared. So we're going to talk about Massacre right now. The pre-buff version that we have here, I actually have both the 5-star and the 6-star version, and but I did rank the 5-star version up before I got the 6-star one. So far, as of now, his sick ability was not actually really helpful, and the reason why he's one of the most unappreciated champs is because of just one synergy he has with Domino, and nothing else. Domino already is a great champion. Massacre is also a great champion, but when you add Domino with Massacre, it makes her extremely, extremely overpowered, and that's why Massacre gets overshadowed by how good Domino is with the synergy. In fact, I've seen people who rank Massacre up and Red Hulk up, and he's actually the most least used rather member of the synergy, and basically because of the fact since his um, basic attacks or his basic damage depends on Incinerate. And if there is a path where you're taking all three, Domino, Red Hulk, and Massacre, and you are going to do Incinerate damage, you are going to end up using Domino, for the parry heavy, not Massacre. And if there is a champ which is Incinerate immune, you probably would not take a Massacre anyways. But that's where his abilities are, and that's what we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss his new abilities as well. But so far, what he actually so far he has is the fact that if there's a champ who is not immune, or rather who's immune to incinerate, each time the effect of Massacre's incinerate with the bat fail to apply, the target will take energy damage. Now, if you remember, there's a path in Act 6. Let's see if we can find it. And there's a massacre on it. I think this is probably it. So there's a massacre right here. And according to this in thermostat, uh, if the value of the thermostat reaches 0, the attacker is inflicted with cold snap. If the value reaches 20, the attacker is inflicted with the incinerate. If you use an incinerate immune champ on this particular path against this massacre and you happen to reach the level 20 here for thermostat, you are going to take energy damage even if you are incinerate immune, and this is something I did not know before. But then, of course, after I knew, I was able to get around it by making sure that we talk the nodes. So this is actually one of the main reasons why you would use Massacre against the champions which are immune to Incinerate, because of the energy damage he causes. Take him against Void, and he's gonna damage anyways. On top of that, the basic issue which people actually face with Massacre is the fact that it is a little difficult to gain those ignite charges. You need to hit the opponents on their block in order to get those 10 charges, and not all defenders comply with dashing back and holding their block for enough time for you to go ahead and hit 4 times on their block and do it 3 more times in order to get those 10. However, once you do that, another thing Massacre is actually really good is the path where you can't really damage distract, I think it's called, where you can't really damage the opponent with less than 3 debuffs. So with the bat attacks, as long as the bat is ignited, you will be able to do damage on every hit, and with special attack 1, I think you get 3 bleed debuffs on the opponent as well. Now, the main way how you're supposed to use Massacre is you need to ensure that the opponent is incinerated. Once the opponent is incinerated, you might wanna hit him as SP1 right before you fill 2 bars of power. So while incinerated, the opponent will have 50% reduced block proficiency. Then after SP1, because of the disorient, the opponent will have more 50% reduced block proficiency. And at that time, you reach 2 bars of power and hit the opponent with an SP2 while they're blocking. You get over 20,000 attack when the opponent is blocking, and their block proficiency is almost zero. If you have hit SP1, it will be zero. If not, it'll at least be 50%. And on top of that, he does have some block penetration as well. So this is actually going to hit really hard. The only problem here is that this attack cannot crit. If Massacre was to crit on block, this attack would have been great, but he does not. So that's what you can do if you really wanna use Massacre. And the third thing that, well, actually, it's not something that's kind of a utility that he has, but the fact that if you're not able to, get your bat incinerated, what you can do is you can hit the opponent with an SP3. You have 20 seconds now. The opponent will stay incinerated, and every hit from the bat will ignite, give you an ignite charge, and that's where you can actually get the bat ignited. And finally, the Sig ability. Um, if the opponent is suffering from a debuff, then this ability does not help. But if they are not, then you get additional power and critical rating, which is useful because the higher the critical rating, the more chance you have to get those ignite charges. The problem here is that you are most likely going to go like a parry and a 5-hit combo, and 3 out of the 5 hit is gonna be in the stun. He also has a higher stun block proficiency, beg your pardon. So it may even be 4 hits out of the 5-hit combo that you're gonna make, and then the last hit is only the one which will benefit from this ability. That's why this was actually not good at all. But now we're gonna talk about his new abilities. I'm not sure if the screen orientation can be changed. Okay, it can be changed. There you go. So now, the main difference that Massacre is going to get, first of all, is the fact that now it says 10% of damage dealt as burst of energy damage. I'm believing that's actually similar to what it was before. But the ignite charge now lasts a little longer. Instead of lasting for 10 seconds, now it is 20 seconds. So you will have more time to get those critical hits in order to get those 10 ignite charges. Um, On top of that, well, we're going to talk about the signature ability later. So now he has more block penetration than before. Um, then we have energy damage. When block, the opponent will suffer ability accuracy reduction. That's new. Special attack 1 still going to go ahead and put disorient debuff. Same with machete hits, so will cause a bleed as well. I think one of the new things added is, first of all, this seems like approximately 50% increase in attack during if the opponent is blocking, and together with that, 1400 block penetration as well. That was not mentioned before. Uh, so, which is a good thing. This miss part, half a second or 1 second, didn't really matter before to me either. But I think the main issue is that now in SP3, instead of the 20-second incinerate, you only get a 5-second incinerate. So now it's easier to gain the ignite charges and get your bat ignited. So SP3 will do less damage. And as far as the signature ability is concerned, the ability is not going to trigger if the opponent is incinerated. However, if they're not incinerated, so it doesn't matter whether they have a stun debuff or not, you are going to get benefited with more critical rating which will mean that you'll be able to get the bat incinerated faster. So as far as I'm concerned, I do not see a lot of difference. But the best part is that he is going to get his bat ignited much faster than before, and that's probably where the whole thing is. Um, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna quickly go ahead and do a couple of fights. I'll see if I can take him to Act 7 or not. But let's just go ahead and try to get some damage and see how best to use him. So whenever I have taken him along on a quest, I always take Domino. So again, I'm not going to use any more synergies with him. I don't want to, get unrealistic expectations out of a champion. But I am still going to get some Heimdall with maybe Angela for some extra attack. And I'm not going to take magic for extra crit because I don't want to have him crit more than he does. So I think he's a hero, so maybe having a Magneto will help. He's a hero, right? It's not. Okay, there you go. No, it's not a hero. Okay, so Magneto will not help. Let me see if he has any more synergies. I'll just take a health, a heal up synergy. Okay, so let's just quickly do a couple of fights in the Realm of Legends and see how we can work. So I've actually done this before as well, and there were times when the opponent's special attacks were faster, like the second fight, and I was able to stack up approximately 40 to 45 incinerates. Okay, that was good. So when you hit an opponent who's blocking, you gain power, as if you were hitting it like regularly. And if you hit into an opponent with the bat who's ignited, the opponent rather, not the bat, then you do what happened there. Then you get ignite charges faster, and I lost my ignite charges. So I'm not. I think this was the main issue, with Massacre, that you lose those ignite charges much faster, and you're not able to gain them faster either. That improvement should actually benefit him a lot. Okay, let's try to do this. I'm gonna try to hit an SP2. Okay, first I'm gonna get more incinerates. Okay, let's try to do an SP2 now. So again, it wasn't much of a damage. Now let's try to get those charges. Oh, oops. I think I'm gonna continue to play with him is I'm gonna continue spamming this SP1. and try to get more debuffs up. So here I can actually do a parry and heavy and gain more ignite charges if I want to. Also, I believe it may have helped this champion if his SP1 was unblockable. So you can just hit him into block once you're running out of charges. So that's it. 164, not ideal, and within fight ideally as well. But what I'm going to do again now is in this fight I'm just going to there you go. I'm just going to spam SP1s and see how many incinerate debuffs we can put on the opponent. That's not what you want. Come on, comply. See? I was gonna have to hit an SP3. So I hope with the update to this champ, this thing actually gets removed, because it is annoying. Almost missed refreshing. 11 incinerates. If the AI cooperates, throws their specials fast, and well, the specials are faster as well. You can stack up a lot of incinerate. There you go. See, missed the window again. So what we're doing here now, if you see all these red numbers, there's a damage from incinerate, damage from bleed, and there's the energy damage. Okay. So he can also be good on do you bleed nodes. Well, because he does bleed. Okay, that was good. First time I tried that. Okay, let's see if this was any faster. It was a little faster, not a lot. So, well, that was Massacre. Let's see. Oops. Can find a path in Act 7 where we take Massacre on. I think there was one in 7.1.4. I think there were a couple of paths for Massacre. Was this one? No, that was for Mystic. That couldn't be it. Was it this one? Yeah. But I think we tried Killmonger on this one, right? So the first video I did for charms which are not appreciated enough was for Killmonger. This was the second one. And I think there is a skill path here. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna help. Uh, it does have bleed vulnerability, but they do have energy absorption. And I don't think I'm gonna try Massacre here. It's not gonna be good. Let's see if we can find something in the monthly Cavalier difficulty. Okay, let me just find the path and I'll be back. Okay, so we are in this skill path of the monthly Cavalier difficulty, and I think this is something we did before with Killmonger as well. So how it works is that we're gonna try a parry and 3-hit combo to reach 1 bar of power, and then use the SP1 for disorienting the opponent. I think this will actually be better once Massacre is updated, because as of now, when we do a parry and 3-hit, the opponent still has a stun debuff, and the signature ability does not kick in. It will, however, kick in once Massacre is buffed. So let's see how well he does. So I don't think I'll be able to utilize his incinerate ability. Oops, did not intend that to happen. So not bad at all, considering the fact that Massacre, his incinerates have not been used, and I don't think that we can use them in this path at all. Considering it's going to be very unlikely that you're going to hit into block enough when the disorient is active. Oh, they evaded that. Okay, let me just recoup. I don't like evading Massacre's SP2, so I'm just gonna try to bait his SP1 here. Let's try to bait this again. He does recover from that special very fast. Okay, I'm gonna bait this again, then I'm gonna hit an SP1. There you go. Didn't recover fast enough now, did you? Okay, let's try to gain some more fury now. Probably hit this too soon. Should have waited. Yeah, should have waited for this. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for him to throw his special. I did not mean to throw mine. What happened there? Come on. Okay, so that was again a good fight. Let's just do one more fight, just to see how it works, and I think that will be it for this video. I really don't want to make a really long one. Last time it went, I believe, above the limit of the phone, and it just stopped in the middle. So let's do a last fight. These are not going to be used anyway, so I'm just going to add them just for fun. Okay. No. Okay, let's gain that fury now, and probably, without getting hit. So as you can see, we're not incinerating the opponent, but the energy damage that we're getting because of using the bat is also helping do the damage. I think this was probably one of the best fights from all the fights that we have had. We were able to utilize everything, for Massacre. So that's exactly about it. There was not a lot of talk, nothing much to talk about, and nothing anymore after the update to this champ. I've always felt that he was someone who was underrated, underappreciated. He was overshadowed, but he is a good champ, and I'm hoping that this new buff coming to his abilities is actually going to improve how people see him. A lot of people actually who like him do like him a lot. The same thing with Killmonger as well. So I'm gonna catch you all in the next part where I'm gonna feature Hood as well, uh, as not probably one of the underrated champion, but someone I would like to do a video on just for his showcasing his current damage. But I think that was about it. Thanks you guys for watching. If you do like the video, I would appreciate if you could like it, maybe share it with someone, and please consider subscribing. I would continue making these videos, and I would like to grow my channel, so it'll be appreciated if you could help as well. So thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Have an excellent day. Goodbye.